welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, I'm excited about today's guest because he won season 27 of Dancing with the Stars. So you know he got a little bit of rhythm. And he is also one of the youngest ever inductees into the prestigious National Radio Hall of Fame. It is Bobby Bones, y'all. He is joining me today to talk about his new National Geographic show called Breaking Bobby Bones. And it premieres Monday, May 31st at 10 o'clock. And it's like back-to-back episodes. But then after that, y'all, I know you're going to be thinking it's coming on every Monday, but nope, it's going to move to Sundays at 10 o'clock with 2 episodes every week. So stay tuned because you don't want to miss today's interview.
Hey, Shamika, how are you?
I'm great. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just excited to finally get this show on.
Well, let's talk about it because I'm excited. So Breaking Bobby Bones, where did the name of the show come from? Because when I first saw the name, I thought, oh, Lord, I hope they're not breaking anything.
Well, when I created the show, it was, a show where I go and I find people who are, underrepresented, people who have, really fantastic stories of fighting adversity and also have a very interesting life now. And once we started to, find the stories and figure out their jobs were, at least a lot of them were pretty dangerous. And so the whole concept was, could I pull it off? And as they were extremely physical at times, we started to worry that I might break something. So that's actually where Breaking Bobby Bones came from. It was very literal, hoping that I wouldn't break a bone in my body. And I only really got injured badly one time throughout the whole season. So luckily, no broken bones, a couple pulled muscles, maybe a torn one, but no bones.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was nervous for you. So well, you've already kind of given an overview of what the show is about. What can we expect, like, as far as the types of jobs that people will have, or can you tell me?
Well, sure. I mean, I can tell you, and it's not all jobs. Some of them, like a guy named Lonnie who was shot in the face. He took a shotgun blast to the face. He lost all of his vision. And so he says he's blackout blind, no color, nothing at all. And so, for him, he hikes to the top of mountains. He whitewater kayaks. And so he does it all blind as a way to show other people that they can do it too. And so it's not his job, but it's, part of what he does to inspire others. So I went out with him, spent days with him, learned his story, saw how strong of a guy he is, and then attempted to kayak whitewater rapids blindfolded, much like him. So, when you find these people who are just doing these wonderful things, it's, for me, it was always the goal to highlight, a lot of Americans that aren't a baseball player, that aren't an actor, that aren't a musician, and show the rest of America just how important they are.
Yeah, I love that. So I also have to know if you were able to use the skills that you learned on Dancing with the Stars and apply it on this show.
I don't know that I learned anything from Dancing with the Stars. Like, I struggled. I was the worst dancer on that show. I did win, but, it was mostly just through, working hard and getting better, never actually being the best dancer. So, I don't know that my dance, any sort of dance skill came into play while filming this show. I had to stay in shape for the show, which I didn't quite expect. There were times where I would go off and be gone for a couple of days and just be physically exhausted because of the rigors of, like, playing sled hockey. There's a guy named Ralph who I went out with, and with Ralph, he was in Afghanistan serving our country, and a bomb went off, and he lost both of his legs, and he came back to America after he had served, and he just didn't know what to do with his life. I mean, he now didn't have legs, and so he had never played hockey or knew anything about it, so he started playing it on a video game, and because he knew of sled hockey, which a lot of the guys that would come back after they'd have an injury like this, and they would play ice hockey on this sled on the ground. And so he now is part of the Paralympic team. They won a gold medal. And so I went and had to play with them, and I had to learn how to play hockey, which I don't know anything about hockey. And then I played, in a match, 3 periods, and they really beat me up good. They weren't going to let me, score goals. They were going to treat me like one of the guys. And so I was physically exhausted, and I was just hurting from 3 days of just getting whooped on a little bit. So, staying in shape, much like Dancing with the Stars, was super important.
Wow. It seems like you really put your body through some things on the show, but, and I'm like, but I can't wait to see it. But, what do you hope that viewers take away from the show?
I think for me, it's hopefully showing people that, it's not if adversity is going to hit, it's when it hits, you have to get up and you have to keep pushing. Mm-hmm. And in all of our lives, that happens. Things happen that we have no control of, and things happen that we don't love. And I want to show people who had that happen to them in pretty severe ways, but they have fought through it, and they don't have any advantages. They're normal people like we are. And so this show is kind of a tool to use for people to see, to keep pushing themselves. It's definitely an inspirational 30 minutes. I tell people, come to watch me do dumb, adventurous things and be bad at it, but stay for the inspiration and the motivation of each episode. And so I think that's what people will get out of it.
I love that. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on Check the Rhymes to talk to me about Breaking Bobby Bones. It premieres on Monday, May 31st at 10 o'clock on National Geographic with back-to-back episodes, and then it moves to Sundays at 10 o'clock with 2 new episodes every week. Thank you again, Bobby Bones.
Thank you very much. It's been great talking with you.